my water heater turned off. I need 22 minutes to heat it up enough to get a shower. So I turn it on every morning when I get up. This is my handy-dandy water heater timer. I set it for 22 minutes, so I know exactly when my shower is ready, because God forbid I waste an extra minute on that water heater.
Why? What's the point? What if like you forget one morning that the water heater was not on, and then you go to take a shower, and then you can't because it's cold as fuck. Your nipples get hard, your cock gets all flaccid. It's just not a fun day. I've had a lot of situations where I had to take a really cold shower. Back in the day when I was like on deployment and shit, you know, because we didn't have hot water because all the other motherfuckers on the ship used it all. But this is different. You're choosing to turn the water heater off for no explicit reason. It doesn't do anything. No, you're really only saving like $12 a month. So you might as well just leave it on. You know, like what's the point? I don't get it. But anyways, welcome to another reaction. I hope you guys like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. I know I usually say that at the end of my reactions, but I'm gonna say it now so that way I can just get my shameless plug out of the way and not say it at the end. And who knows, since I'm not using a script for this, I'm probably gonna say it at the end of the video regardless. So Bob King, what the fuck are you doing? Also, I hope you guys like my garbage ass gameplay of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds because I'm trash as fuck. I've been stuck in Legend 7 for like a month and a half now. Well, who am I kidding? I haven't even had the game for that long. But I've been stuck in Legend 7 for a really long time. I think I hit a plateau or something. And, you know, competitive mode comes out like in a couple of hours as well. So I have to grind, but I don't have time to grind because of my job and everything. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's not the focus of this video. Today we have a really extreme cheapskate who's a millionaire, by the way. Ironic, I know. And she's a millionaire and she likes to serve her guests cat food. Yeah, I'm not even joking. She likes to serve her guests cat food. I wouldn't even do that to my worst enemy. And she does it in the form of tuna sandwiches. So you know how humans, they have human tuna. You can go to Walmart and get some tuna, you know, it comes in the can. No. What this lady does, she goes to the pet section at maybe like PetSmart or some shit, gets some cat tuna, you know, some like fish, but it's not the same. So it's like salty as hell, and she'll serve it to her guests and they're wondering what the fuck it is. Why it's so salty? Well, there you go. She's serving cat food to her guests. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into this.
It saves me over $80 a month on my water bill. My name is Amy Elizabeth, and I'm the world's cheapest multimillionaire.
With a personal net worth of $5.3 million, this 50-year-old Las Vegas entrepreneur refuses to throw a single penny down the drain.
While we were married, Amy learned how to turn off the circuit breakers to save on power. Boy, how many times I would wake up and forget that the water heater was off, jump in that cold shower, talk about shrinkage. Oh!
Okay, so first of all, personal net worth of $5.3 million. Just keep that shit in mind. Second of all, you saw that house? She's living lavish. And she can't even leave her electricity on overnight. She can't even leave like utilities on overnight, but she's worth, her net worth is 5.3 million. Like what the fuck? Second of all, the ex-husband, I'll get to him later, but let's just, you know, take a gander at what the fuck her house is looking like, her bathroom. You saw what her kitchen was looking like her whole entire house, 5.3 million. Yet she's doing this stupid shit, and she lives out in Vegas. So keep in mind that this was back in the day. This wasn't like when inflation and, you know, the housing market crashed in like 2008 or whatever the fuck. But it's still like a pretty big deal to be a millionaire during this era, because it's like the early thousands. You got to remember, like, she has it big. But why is she doing all this? Why is she living like she's a peasant or something? I don't understand. She's living worse than a peasant. She's living like she's in the medieval era. Like, I just don't understand. Like, no utilities at night. Like, the power, the water, none of that is on at night. Like, why? What's the point?
This is my beautiful home. As you can see, it's full of upscale furniture. I like nice things, but I don't like to pay for them. Amy works hard to stay well below a $1,000 monthly budget.
Look, I don't want to sound jealous or anything, but she must have, like, paid for the house already in full, or, you know, already has the house paid for, because mortgage is already like $1,000 per month at the least, you know. And it makes me jealous. It makes me feel bitter because I'm paying $300 a month on my car insurance. Like, I'm getting finessed out my shit, and I don't even drive anything nice. I just drive a Toyota Camry. So, you know, it makes me, I'm seething, you know, it makes me mad. But in all honesty though, good on her, you know, to be living so successfully. I don't get why she does the things that she does, but good on her. And, you know, the fact that she's not hurting anybody, you know, well, not right now. We'll see in future clips, but at least the fact that what we know of her now, she's not hurting anybody, so it's not that bad. Yet. It's not that bad yet.
And although she can't afford a more comfortable lifestyle, she saves more than $200,000 annually by refusing to buy anything new. This is my one sponge. Some people might think this is a little nasty. Until it's falling apart and rotting, I don't see any reason to throw it away. Over here, I have one knife. I guard it with my life. It never touches water. I just wipe it down on a towel every time after I use it and put it back in the drawer.
Okay, that might have been the nastiest sponge that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've watched a lot of SpongeBob before. I've seen some nasty ass episodes, but that shit right there, that shit was beyond foul. Like, ugh, I don't even want to know how long that shit's been sitting there. And then that empty ass drawer, just one knife, that's all you keep in there. That lonely ass knife, empty ass drawer, hollow ass drawer, nothing in it but a knife. You know, like why? Like, why? You know, at first you didn't make use of any of your utilities, and now you're not making use of any of your space or storage or anything. You might as well not even have a house at that point. You might as well just live outside. You know, you might as well just live in a tent. Because why do you have shelving if you're not going to fucking use it? Like, what's the point? Why have it? Why just... Why? Oh, why? Why?
So the way I got the house is when my ex-husband and I decided to divorce. He's got a good heart, and he insisted that I keep the house because he knew that if I didn't keep the house, I would move into a hovel of a one-bedroom apartment to save money, and he's right. Amy won't pay anyone to clean her home, so her ex-husband volunteers to do it for free, saving her $400 a month. If you could start and do the toilet, that means it's the worst. Okay. The worst here. And don't forget to get under the rim, because you miss that a lot.
I'm glad to help her around the house with the cleaning. I do yard work. I drive her to her appointments some once in a while.
This is like free exercise for him.
Okay. Shut the fuck up. So, you mean to tell me that this simp of a 50-year-old man who has no self-respect gave you a mansion, and then he decides that he's gonna help clean it for you? Like, what? And for no pay, right? For no pay, for no benefits, for nothing. And he's just gonna drive you to your appointments, and he's gonna topiary your garden and do shit for you for no extra pay or anything, for no benefit, for nothing, just for the fuck of it, because he just wants to. He lost his house, and then to the woman that he divorced, by the way, or the woman that divorced him, we don't even know the situation, but he just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna help her out with things that I would otherwise do if I was married to her, because I have no self-respect. You know, I'm just gonna do things for her, just even though we have no relation, we have nothing to do with each other anymore. I'm still gonna, you know, we legally are not binded to each other. I'm still gonna help her out around the house. Like, what? Like, why? Like, it's laughable how stupid this guy is. And okay, if you guys are like, you know, y'all feel like y'all are down bad, y'all think, you know, you can't get a girl, or you're like, hey, Bop King, I'm having trouble getting this girl that I really like, or I'm gonna be single forever. Just remember that you're not this guy. Just remember that you're not like Mordecai from Regular Show, over here simping for a woman that has nothing to do with him anymore, and he still wants to, like, why is he doing all this? You know he still wants some coochie. You know he still wants some coochie, because why else would he be cleaning her toilet? Why else would he be cutting her hedges and taking her to appointments? Like, no, he's getting nothing out of it. That's the definition of slavery. She's literally telling him how to do it too. She's like, oh, can you make sure you clean the rim of the toilet because you missed that last time? Like, bitch, if you don't pay me, like, get the fuck on. You should be doing this yourself. It's your house. Like, why the fuck is he just letting her tell him to do shit like that? Also, did you guys see how filthy that bucket was? In the bathroom scene, that shit looked nasty. That dirty ass, ratchet ass bucket, bro. Like no, like, this guy needs to step up and be like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. You do it. It's your house. We're not even together anymore. That's why I divorced your ass. That's why I cheated on you. You know, but no, he doesn't even do that. He just lets her walk all over him like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit is, like I said, that shit is laughable. Like, Amy, that's your name, right? Like, you're actually pissing me off. You're genuinely making me angry right now. Like, grr, you know, you're actually pissing me the fuck off. Like, you know, be a woman. And no, I don't want to get, oh, you're a misogynist. You're just saying that because she's a woman. No, anybody should fucking clean their house. I'm just saying that it's her property, so she should take charge of her property. So before I get any misogynists in my comments like, oh, Bop King, you're just saying that because she's a woman. Like, shut the fuck up, okay? I'm just saying that because it's her property. Like, she needs to step the fuck up and get him the fuck out of here. Like, why is he still living here? Like, he's not, y'all are not married. Y'all are not legally binded to one another anymore. He shouldn't be in the picture anymore. Like, I have exes, I don't speak to them no more, you know? And this is a marriage, this is a bigger thing. They were once married, so it's even bigger. Like, who the fuck talks to their ex, especially wife or husband, after they've broken up? Like, they have nothing to talk about. Like, get him the fuck out of here.
Keeps him in shape. Win-win-win all the way around. One of the times that I noticed that Amy was a cheapskate was I came to her house, she asked me, did I want lunch? So I said, sure. She fixed me a tuna fish sandwich. As I'm eating the sandwich, I'm thinking, this is a little fishy. What is this? Mike, lunch is ready. And then I looked on the countertop, and I noticed there were cat food cans that were empty. And I thought, no, she didn't do this.
That's actually undefendable. That's actually undefendable. See, at first, no. Okay, so before the whole husband ordeal was brought up, like the last clip that I criticized, when, you know, they were just like, oh, you know, I don't like to use my utilities at nighttime, or, you know, I gotta set a timer for when I'm gonna take a shower in the morning, you know, stuff like that. I was willing to let that shit slide because that was nothing worse than the last lady that I covered. What was her name? Stephanie. But like, now she's actually harming other people, and she's actually like doing it with a smile on her face, acting like ignorant as if it's not even a big deal. Like, I wouldn't even do that to my worst enemy, and she's over here serving that to her friend, her so-called friend, or like, you know, her friends. But like, I honestly, that is just undefendable. That behavior is honestly undefendable. I do not support none of that shit. Amy, you have some fucking problems. And you're delusional too, because you think that it's okay. You tried to shift the whole entire, oh, you know, I'm not manipulating my ex-husband. I'm just, you know, keeping him in shape. Like, no, that's manipulation. You're not paying him. That's actually worse than manipulation. It's slavery, because you're not paying him. He's doing all these physical labor tasks for you, taking you places, doing things for you. That would be the equivalent of if my boss told me to paint their car, or, you know, clean their car or wash their car. I would tell them to fuck off and that I quit, because they can't do that. That's against the law. You're literally enslaving your ex-husband, not giving him shit, not paying him, not doing shit for him, not compensating him or anything, just because he's a simp. You know, like, but if you do it, it's okay. But if a guy were to do that, say that the roles were reversed, say he was doing that to you, the authorities would be all over. They'd be all over him like white on rice. But, you know, it's okay if you do it, you know. But that's the story. That's like a topic for another video. That would be like a whole gender role bullshit thing. And I don't follow none of that shit because I'm not a woke bullshit ass motherfucker. I just say things how it is and I say what's on my mind, you know. But like, I do not support any of this. Like, you're actually pissing me off, Amy. You're genuinely pissing me off. And for the record, no, I don't mean to sound like Andrew Tate with the whole, you know, gender bullshit nonsense. I kind of got to dance align the topic just so I don't get canceled. But, you know, I'm trying to say that if her ex-husband, say, were to do all that bullshit that she's doing, that shit would not slide this day and age, you know, or even back in the day. But like her doing it, it's not fair either. Like, no one should get away with that shit, you know? Nobody should get away with manipulation of that caliber. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound like misogynistic or like, you know, bullshit, you know, where I'm trying to like get canceled or anything. If I was trying to get canceled, I would have already been canceled by now.
Maybe some tuna fish.
Oh, great. No, I don't think Amy has actually ever fed anyone cat food. But I wouldn't put it past her to try.
Tuna fish for people, 89 cents. Cat food for cats, 59 cents. I just saved 30 cents.
Oh, you nasty ass bastard! You fucking nasty ass motherfucker! That's nasty, man!
I get income in a variety of ways. One is managing my rental properties. The other is managing my investments in a brokerage fund. I don't spend money on business travel. I just think it's a total waste of money because it's not something tangible you get to keep. So I like to find ways to avoid paying for it. I have regular business trips to LA, so I drive my car. My car is a 96 Mustang. It's lovely. Some people call it the Beast.
Nah, that doesn't make any sense. It's cheaper just to fly there because you only live like 1 or 2 states over. The gas on a 1996 muscle car is not cheap at all either, so keep that in mind. So going there and back is going to cost the equivalent of a plane ticket. Especially even a round trip plane ticket, I think you could get cheaper. Just considering you live in Nevada, it's only like 1 or 2 states over. Also, it's really unsafe to drive an old car like that. So you also have to take into account that you could get hurt along the way. And then what? You need to pay for medical bills, right? Or let's say the worst that happens, right? You lose your life. You're really willing to put your life at risk driving thousands of miles. And, you know, for what? A business trip that you could have just got there faster and cheaper by just flying like a regular person? Like, no. Either get a cheaper car that's better on gas if you're going to do that, or just fly there, because why would you put why would you put yourself at risk? It just doesn't make any sense. And again, you're not even getting a benefit out of it because you're paying the same amount for a plane ticket, if not cheaper, depending on if you buy the ticket weeks in advance. And, you know, that money should be child's play for you, considering you're a millionaire. Also, you trying to say that, you know, plane tickets are not tangible things to keep. If you're a hoarder or something, you could keep the boarding pass if you wanted to. I don't know why anybody would keep the boarding pass, but you can. So that just goes to show that it's not something that's not tangible, technically speaking anyways. But you know, that's just me being pedantic, so I apologize. But yeah, this whole entire take is stupid. You might as well just fly there because you're saving time, and you know that effectively could get you more money. Because let's say you're going to have a negotiation when you get there, a really important money earning negotiation. Well, you're not going to get there as fast by driving compared to if you just flew there, and then you could have got that deal, you know, closed a lot faster. So it just doesn't make any sense. You're just wasting your time and your money.
I'm almost afraid to drive with her in it, because you don't know if it's going to break down.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not safe.
4 hours each way to Los Angeles in her 17-year-old car. And while a flight would cost $250, Amy will only spend $80 on gas and $10 on an oil change.
Is this thing on? Is your brain actually on? No? Okay, well look, for $9 more, you don't have to go through all that hassle of, you know, going to a mechanic. And look, it takes an hour and 15 minutes. Instead of paying, what, $90, you could just pay $9 more and not have to deal with all that bullshit. And keep in mind that this is up to today's standards, 2025, near Christmas season, I might add. And yeah, if you want to pay another, what, $30, you could, you know, get maybe even a better seat, you know. So yeah, and also this is round trip, by the way. And again, keep in mind this is like Christmas season, so if it was like earlier on in the year, you could get a ticket for way cheaper. Yes, this is Vegas to LA, so yeah, you could do this if you wanted to. Like, this whole entire point does not make any sense. Yeah, I don't know what she's going on about. This is really dumb. And again, this is the fastest way to do it. It only takes, what, 75 minutes? So like, why would you do that? I just don't understand.
Then she has a slight vibration from the steering wheel going at all speeds. Oh no, your girlfriend's dad doesn't like his gift. Wow. Yeah, you're just completely bald on there. Wow. Along with the tires you need, we got the windshield issue, we got the belt issue. Right. All these safety issues going on right now. I feel very uncomfortable letting you leave my facility with the car in this shape. This car is definitely not safe to be on the road. What's wrong with the windshield? It's cracked. So you can still see out of it. We can work with you, give you a good deal on everything. But I mean, without getting the work done, unfortunately, I can't let this vehicle leave. You know, you can leave it here for a couple days. What kind of price are we talking about? All together, with everything we're looking at, you're probably looking right over $1,000 for all the repair we see that needs to be done. Are you kidding me? No, I don't want to pay the money. It's a piece of crap. That's why I have a piece of crap, so I don't have to spend money on it. I came here for you to look at it, not for you to take possession of it. And I've got lawyers that'll hit you with lawsuits up the ass.
With every passing moment that we have to spend with you, I'm starting to hate you even more. So you went from feeding your guests cat food to now this shit, acting like a Karen when he's trying to help you out, he's trying to protect you, but you have the nerve to do this? Like, fuck out of here. I actually hate you now. You actually pissed me the fuck off. Even more so than before. And you're lucky that you got a nice employee, because if it was somebody else, they probably would have lost their job. They would have crashed out on you for sure. Because you're over here being unreasonable. They're trying to help you, you know, make sure that you're safe, and you're just pretty much just being a Karen for no reason, making things difficult. You're being a Karen before the term Karen even became a thing.
Real reason it needs to stay here. That's just bullshit. For all I know, it's perfectly fine. I don't even know what the flashlight was pointing at. It is Nevada state law. As a repair facility, it is my obligation to make sure these cars are safe on the road. You can more welcome get it towed out of here or push it out of here. I cannot let you drive the vehicle. If I get a few different estimates and it's all the same, then I go home and I decide and I run my calculator. Is it really time for a new car? Or do I want to spend $1,000 to fix this? But that's my decision. It's not his. She won't even spend $100 to put a good set of tires on her car. She won't spend the money to put a belt on the car. She won't even make the car safe enough to drive on the road. I would say she is the cheapest millionaire I ever met before. Hey, Mike,
Pretty
this is
much.
Amy.
I
Listen, I
mean,
need you to come get me
he
at
hit the
this
nail
stupid
on the
garage.
coffin.
They say I can't take
If
the
you're
car
not willing to
away
pay
because
for the
it's
car, why
unsafe
even buy
on
the car in
road,
the first
and I gotta
place?
get to my business meeting tonight. I'm gonna have my ex-husband come and pick me up, and he's gonna take me to the airport.
Well, it's a good thing that you have a butler, slave, to come and pick you up. Maybe next time do some research on vehicles before you buy them, and don't get mad at other people when they're doing their job and they're trying to keep you safe.
I'm determined to get to my business meeting tonight. I'm on my way to the airport right now, and I'm gonna bum a ride for free.
Amy has dated pilots in the past, so she knows her way around airports. She'll try to find a pilot that's got an empty plane or something like that, and entice them to give her a ride.
Although Amy has lost time at the garage and needs to get to her business meeting in Los Angeles, she is still not willing to pay for other travel options.
Okay, why don't you wait here and let me show you how it's done. Hi there. Hey, how you doing? Good, how are you? Are you a pilot? Yes, I am. Oh, terrific. Well, I need to get a flight to LA. I'm desperate to get there today because I have a business trip.
Amy, you genuinely have no fucking brains at all. Can you not look at this guy and tell that he's busy as fuck right now? Like, why the fuck do you have no consideration for other people? I also hate the fact that she acts like this female anime protagonist who's like, who's got it pretty much and can just get her way with all the men that she interacts with, just out of expecting them to do shit for her just because she expects them to do shit for her. Like, you're not attractive enough to get away with it, and even if you are, it's still wrong. Like, Amy, get the fuck out of here. You should have just went to the airport. You should have I thought at first you were kind of headed in the right direction after the whole mechanic fiasco shit. But now you have, the gall to sit here and stare at the camera and be like, hey, watch how I do this. Watch how I finesse this guy out of his shit. Watch how I manipulate this guy. And then be like, I have a business meeting that I have to get to. If I was this guy, I would have laughed in her face and I would have been as rude as possible. Because she's over here implying that she has a better and more important job than I do. She's over here implying that she has more important things in life than me, or more important things than what goes on with my job. Her job is more important than mine, apparently. And she's over here saying, I need to get there. I need you to get me there. Not say please, nothing. Just automatically, just straight up, just walk up to me with that demeanor. Like, I'm saying no. Like, you need to understand how to interact with people, because you're just manipulating people for nothing. Like, they get nothing out of it. They're not going to help. Like, when you run into the one person who's not going to want to help you, don't be surprised when they crash out on you. Because I'm surprised that the mechanic from earlier didn't crash out on you, because I would have. And, to be honest, he was the first person who told you no. And then when he does, you threaten legal action as if that's going to do anything, even though they have fine print at the mechanics that literally tells you that if they find anything that's unsafe, they have to tell you and they can't let you drive because it's in the fine print. But, that's the only time that guys can get away with pretty much telling you that, shit doesn't work, when it's logical and it's written there, plain, clear as day. But then you want to act like, a little child that didn't get what they wanted. Then you got to call your little slave of an ex-husband because he's too much of a simp who doesn't have a spine. He's like Mordecai from Regular Show. He's actually worse than Mordecai from Regular Show. And then he's going to take you to this airport where you can try to swindle another guy. And I can't wait to see this guy turn you down, because you can clearly see he's busy fixing the propeller on one of his planes. Like, he doesn't have time for that.
And I need to get a free flight.
Mike, tomorrow?
Wait, no, I have to go today.
Maybe tomorrow, but he's not going to be ready to go for a couple of days.
I understand. Is there anybody else?
Somebody who does. There's a guy out here, you might see him. His name's Mike.
I see a plane. I don't see a person.
It's behind the other airplane.
Okay.
You really can't stick out your thumb and get paying a ride. Once in a while, they
Yeah,
get lucky
no shit.
and find someone who's headed where they want to go.
Normally what people would do is just coming out to an airport, they could ask people that are going up and doing test flights or break-in flights. It's just being lucky and being in the right place at the right time. Are you Mike? Yeah, I'm Mike. Hi, Mike. My name's Amy. How you doing? And the other pilots in the hangar suggested I talk to you. I'm trying to find desperately a flight to LA in the Santa Monica area. Okay, you have no other way to get to LA? No way to get there. Well, yeah, I guess I'll be alright.
What the fuck, Mike? You sold. You actually folded. I wanted to see you say fuck no. I wanted to see you say no. I wanted to see you have a spine. But instead, Mike, you had to say yes. You sold. You sold.
Step right here, Amy. Okay. We got a shoulder harness here. Oh, awesome. She is certainly thrifty. When I go to these extremes and people see this, I think it annoys a lot of them, but I don't care. It saves money. If you don't understand that, I don't know how to speak to you.
Okay, well then, I don't talk your language then, because your shit does not make any fucking sense. That shit does not compute. Like, I'm actually malfunctioning, like in the brain. Because not only are you harming your guests by feeding them cat food, because I don't think that shit is compatible with people. You're also having bitch fits in public to people who are trying to do their job. You're irritating people who are busy doing other things, acting as if your job and your life is more critical than they are. You value yourself higher for no reason. You have this grandiose sense of self as if all men have to do your bidding. They have to do everything. I don't know why I'm bringing up only men, but that's how, you know, the episode has portrayed it so far. I actually fucking hate you. You actually genuinely piss me the fuck off because you just scoff at the idea of annoying other people with your antics as if like you're not in the wrong, but you don't even realize it because you're delusional. You actually, you know, you genuinely piss me off. Anyways, if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It helps a brother out. You know, the YouTube algorithm has been pretty difficult to actually, you know, get somewhere with. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in to all my stuff. I'm actually trying to like get better at editing and video software and all that. You know, CapCut. I'm trying to learn CapCut. I'm trying to get better at Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I think I'm going to stream right after this, as a matter of fact. If you're seeing that, that's not really going to matter, but you know, I'm going to stream after this. But yeah, goodbye. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. I don't know how to end videos. Peace. Oh, and real quick, let me know in the comments if you want to let me know in the comments if y'all want to see me continue this series. Any engagement helps. I appreciate it. Goodbye.